I need to refill my. This is definitely tea. Hold on.
And definitely not whiskey.
Whiskey at all. It's not my fault that my booze cart broke, and so now the only option is to drink all of it.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing you could do. Any reasonable person.
The only way that it can be fixed is to drink it.
Should I also take a shot? I usually take a shot before these. Tequila or vodka?
I always say tequila. Like personally, I feel as though that makes me want to say vodka. Immediately when you ask me that question, the answer is tequila. In the spirit of keeping things interesting in life, I think tequila.
Great. Solid. Thank you for that essay. I'll be right back.
Hey, everyone. Don't prey on children.
Can I say something really cool, Deb?
I would love to.
A long time ago, one of the first... I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't
One
hear
of the first things that someone sent me was like this 3D printed, I guess like little tankard. I guess that's like kind of shot cup size. I definitely think it's way bigger than a normal shot glass. And I don't actually know if I should be drinking out of this or if it'll like slowly poison me.
You? Yeah.
It's the only thing I have clean though. So I'll be right back. If I come back poisoned, you know what happens.
Sounds good.
Doing vodka next time.
Not a tequila girly?
I usually am, but I'm also usually a tequila girly after I've had one or two other drinks that are not tequila.
Sure.
It was an onboarding process. How have you been? You excited for the episode where I'm gonna talk nonstop and you're gonna sit and smile at the camera again?
Another one? I know this is your literal area of quite literal expertise. I understand.
Yeah. I never used my degree. Audience, I graduated from college with a 4-year degree in zoology and minors in chemistry, psychology, and professional sales. And you know what I did after I graduated? I sold my soul to fucking pharma. And so this is my redemption here. This is the only chance I get. Years
ago, I was working with a friend. I probably mentioned this before. I was working with a friend and we were trying to launch a tabletop gaming company. I had designed it wasn't a TTRPG, but it was just like a tabletop game. You played as a bunch of townspeople in like a fantasy town. Like you play as all the villagers and you were all trying to get the hero to do your quests. And so there was a whole notion of everybody had a different role in the town. Somebody was like the farmer, the mayor, the innkeeper. And because of all the different roles, everybody had a special power and way that they could try to sway the hero. But then there were the quests that could be completed were on the board and you would place money on the quests as the bounty for them. And whenever it got back to the hero, which is a non-player character, the hero would take whatever quest has the highest bounty and they would go on it. The ultimate goal is at the start of the game, each player draws 3 cards. And those 3 cards are the 3 quests that you are trying to get complete. If you were the first person to get your 3 quests complete, you win. Was super, super fun and also got really great feedback. I was blown away by the feedback of the game and it wasn't people just being nice to me. And then we tried to get into manufacturing. Fuck that so much. And we just bounced off of it and gave up. So we never really got past the manufacturing stage. Anyway, that's that. Travel. Not a thing that I used to do a lot, and now a thing that I'm going to be doing a lot, I guess.
It's a wild transition, isn't it? Especially as a content creator. And speaking from personal experience as someone who grew up poor, I basically went on a plane, I think maybe twice in the first 20 to 23 years of my existence. And then as soon as I became a content creator and became an adult and actually had my own money and knew what to do with it, I went from never flying anywhere to flying 6, 7, 8 times a year to different countries and things like that. And it's wild. I was talking to someone the other day and just they were catching up with me and just asking, how I was doing and how things were going because I hadn't talked to them in a year or so. And the difference between how I was when I knew them a year ago and now was insane. It actually made me stop and think holy shit, content creation just fucking flew. It took off. I told personal friends that I have who I knew back in college that I was oh yeah, I started a podcast with Endeavorance, the Crowbar News guy. I know you hate being called that. That's just the only way that I know they would recognize you. And they were holy shit, seriously? You know it? And I'm yeah, I got his number. I have the number of mildly famous people just on my phone now. How fucking wild is that?
I never like to actually travel, which is not to say that I don't like the things that you can get from traveling, right? The experience of being in interesting places and seeing beautiful sights and trying new things and just getting out of your space. Like, everyone should do that if that's possible. That's great. Traveling sucks. Like, the act of flying does kind of blow.
Really? You don't like flying?
No.
Why not? You get free like little airplane snacks. You can get a Stroop waffle, Dev. Do you know how fucking good Stroop waffles are?
I love Stroop waffles, but I mean, it is a single Stroop waffle, right? Which is like, that's usually, I would do anything for a Stroop waffle. I would kill a man for a Stroop waffle, but like, I don't know if I would go as far as to be mildly uncomfortable for several hours sitting on an airplane for a Stroop waffle. That's a little bit more than killing a man, and it's just.
Is it?
Speaking of content creation and my balls,
which just go together perfectly.
Go together perfectly. That's what most of my content.
I'm gonna call that the name of the bonus episode. Actually, is content creation and my balls.
I mean, speaking of that, OnlyFans. So I have a story about that too. I forgot to mention the worst thing that happened during the procedure that I got. So I was mid procedure. Doc was in there, quite literally in there, and using the scalpel and cauterizing shit. And while this is happening, again, for those who have not heard this story, in a room with me, the doctor, and for whatever reason, 3 nurses, 2 of whom didn't do anything.
The third was taking photos.
Yeah.
The third was actually live streaming on Instagram.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, on that topic, while he is actively soldering my nuts, he legitimately asked me, "What do you do for work?"
Oh no, you had to have that combo?
When somebody asks me that question, my go-to is to lie. My go-to is to just pretend that I still work in tech. And so normally when somebody asks me that, I'd say I work in tech, and I leave it at that. I knew that I was so far out of my element in this moment, and I knew that I had a thing. Like, I knew I had a get out of this thing to say, and I could not remember what it was. So I sat there after he asked me what I do for work, and I was like, I work in tech. It like took me so fucking long, and I realized the peril that I was in. I'm about to have a situation in which 4 people who do not know me and are actively just going into town on my boys would then know that I'm a content creator and could go look me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It took every fiber of my being to like stop and like get my wits about me. One of these days we'll have a recording in which we don't talk about my very sensitive medical procedures.
It seems to be a trend.
It's all I got.
Telling other people you're in content creation is something that at some point I'll learn my fucking lesson and not tell people that, because as soon as I do, they start looking shit up and then they start overanalyzing the stuff that I post. It's a factor that no one thinks about. Dev, you've had to do this several times. Just saying that you're in content creation, all of a sudden people start asking questions and they start doubting whether or not that's a viable career. And it's like telling someone that you're going to art school, you know?
You tell people you do content creation, and the first thing that they think is that sounds like a desperate attempt to rediscover yourself or something. Like, I don't know, it sounds like a gag. And then if they don't immediately start judging you for that, the follow-up question is, what kind of content do you make? And never before have I wanted to answer that question. 1, because I don't think I can really put a word on it, and 2, like, now I'm good, actually. I didn't want to talk about my job when I worked a normal career, and now I'm working a job in which, 1, I don't, like, if you're asking me this question, it means that we're talking to each other in person, which means I don't want you watching my content. so bad.
Real.
It's so bad. My fucking psychiatrist asked me for my handle, and I'm like, no, what? No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not chill. Don't inquire within. If someone tells you that they do content creation, you should be like, wow, that's cool, and move on. They will love you. The OnlyFans thing, though, I have had a shocking uptick in people requesting me to start an OnlyFans, and I don't. And 1, it's entirely dudes, which, like, I'm flattered, but like the pattern that I have noticed, and this is not going to surprise anyone on the internet, but the pattern that I've noticed is that virtually every questionable comment that I get, it comes directly from the plane of male audacity. You know, you've got like the astral plane, you've got the elemental plane of fire and water. There's also the elemental plane of male audacity, and that generates so many just weird comments.
We could probably stop talking about sex work, I feel like, and your balls and miscellaneous other related things.
Yeah, no, I just legitimately, I did have one, I got a comment today about, like, regarding the OnlyFans thing, and this is the last I'll say of this. It's the first time in a long time that I felt as though I was not in the lingo. Like, I was not up to date. He said that I should start the OnlyFans because it would get me paid, and he is and then a boat emoji. He was like, and I'm and then boat. I don't know what that meant.
Wait, hold on. Let's break this down.
It was
it a sailboat?
It was a ship. And so my best guess is that he meant ship as in to ship people together. All right, I'm reading it now. He says, didn't listen to any of it, but I still think we should start an OnlyFans because it'll pay you hella and I'm a ship. And so it's like, do I not know am I out of the loop here?
I know the term whale.
He could have put a whale. If it was whale, I would have gotten it immediately. Ship, The only thing I can stretch my brain around that with is like when you ship characters together, you ship people together.
Urban Dictionary, nothing.
Nothing at all. It's okay.
Fucking weird. I assume it just refers to like, if it was like the big ship emoji and not like a fucking canoe, then I assume it just means that he's rich enough to like go on cruises and whatnot. And he's like, I'll fund you.
Yeah, it could be.
Welcome back to this segment of the Atlas Loom where Millennial Endeavorance asks Gen Z Diana for advice and we're both fucking stumped. So, PAX East is coming up. Have you looked at all those emails? So, audience, when you are a content creator and you get like a free little media badge for PAX East and things like that, you get put on a mailing list. And you get shoved a bunch of emails from a bunch of different, like, tabletop game makers and video game makers for East in particular. And they're like, hey, come check out our game. Come demo our stuff. Come make an appointment to talk to us. Because I think, like, there's no differentiation between content creators and, like, press. And so they're hoping for press, and then they're sending it to content creators anyway. Yeah, I signed up for one because I did like go through them last night at like 1 a.m. and I was like, all right, like with a beer in hand, a cider in hand, and I was like, all right, let's see what's cool. I did find like 1 or 2 that I kind of want to play, but I signed up for it, and like they have you fill out a web form, like a Calendly, to make a 30-minute like time slot, and they're like, tell us what we need to know before we meet you, and I'm like, fucking nothing. I'm just here to play the game because it looks nice.
I was born with glass or paper skin and glass bones.
Did you look at those at all?
I haven't looked at them because I have been getting inundated with them, and my inbox is a disaster zone, a fucking graveyard of unread emails right now. I am going to get to them, but before I can do that, like before I would be physically capable of reviewing those emails, I need to set up a filter to shove them all into a folder somewhere because I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this right now, you guys. And it sucks because it's getting picked up by my like business inquiries filter. So it's coming in to my inbox, and then it's putting a, one unread under business inquiries. So I'm like, ooh, click, and it's like, check out our game at PAX East. It's about forks. And I'm just like, God damn it.
Do you have anything that you are excited about for PAX East? Okay?
No, I'm fucking hyped for PAX East.
Maybe some fucking improv lessons, Dev. Give me a yes and here.
What? You don't like a solid no butt?
No, that was just a no, and we've talked about your butt plenty, I'm pretty sure, in these bonus episodes.
I am super hyped for PAX East. In general, PAX East is the PAX that I have been to the most as a non-content boy, and it's a fucking blast each time. Unplugged was cool. East is rad. Like, East feels like a big fucking deal. Unplugged is cool, but it feels much more like a trade show. East feels like everyone's trying to show off in a I'm happy that they're all trying to show off to me kind of way. Because all the booths are so extra, especially on the video game side. I went there one year and there was some video game being like, one of the bigger publishers was like producing some game that's like BMX or whatever. They had a literal half pipe with actual dudes on BMX bikes or whatever the fuck the type of bike you need is for that, doing tricks on a half pipe on the show floor. That's the level of hype that PAX East is.
Damn, okay, that's nothing like Unplugged.
Yeah, Unplugged is
I was really going into this assuming that I wouldn't care as much about PAX East because I'm a tabletop girly.
No, it's
rad. I mean, I'm not. I'm a game girly, but like really?
Unplugged was tame as fuck in comparison. Like, Unplugged is there's a section of PAX East that feels more like PAX Unplugged. It's like the sort of like gaming, the tabletop section, which is far more chill. The gaming section is pull out all the stops, no holds barred. Everyone's just trying to get your attention, and it's just loud fucking laser light shows everywhere kind of situation, so.
Okay, shit. Well, fuck. I was fully planning on spending like half the con just like hanging out with friends, going out and like drinking or something. I didn't think there'd be enough to do.
Oh my God. There's so much more to do at East than Unplugged. It's absurd.
Ah, fuck. Okay, I gotta reschedule some shit. Damn it. E3 and other major cons like that are like dying, and
E3
a lot
is
of publishers.
fully dead.
Is it fully dead now?
Fully dead.
Did you make a stuff that stuff keeps
did.
happening about this that I just fully, okay, cool, great, solid. No, this is great. Big fan of your content, by the way.
Oh, don't worry. Literally today, in my own Discord server, in the Stuff Keeps Happening channel, directly after I posted Stuff Keeps Happening, somebody shared a thing that I specifically covered in today's Stuff Keeps Happening, being like, I don't think anybody has shared this yet. So it's all good. I've kind of just come to accept that nobody watches my content, which is not true, but it feels that way.
I mean, if you started an OnlyFans, you know.
I should start an OnlyFans, you're right. Then maybe
yeah.
somebody will watch. I could probably make unironically decent money by starting an OnlyFans and just putting videos of Flynn sleeping.
So I have seen OnlyFans before that aren't actually scandalous. Like people will explicitly say in their profiles, like, I do not do nude stuff, and they still make like really good money apparently.
I mean, it's basically just Patreon at that point.
Yeah, right.
John
Does
Cena
Patreon not
is
have a
doing
filter?
that now, and it's so dumb. Like, I'm over it doesn't work, right? Like, it works sometimes, like what you just said, the having an OnlyFans but you're not doing lewds. John Cena is now pushing his OnlyFans, and he's doing the joke of like, come check out my first ever cream pie, scissoring and whatnot. And it's just like, you know, I haven't looked. I'm assuming it's a video of him making a pie and him cutting something with scissors. And it's like, haha, no one's made this joke before.
To be fair, that type of content does work. As someone who's made that like a thing in her like streams. Like at one point I saved up for I think it was a pumpkin cream pie from Sherry's. And I made that a total goal and it was funded like immediately. So like people will still contribute to it even though they know it's a joke.
Yeah,
They'll do it for
I mean,
the
it's a gag. It's just, there's a big difference between funny internet girl doing it and John Cena doing it. I got an email on stream recently from a former employer. And then I got mail, a non-email mail from them
This still
as well.
exists?
Oh yeah. I mean, like
shit.
they have to legally say, so it was an HR communication from a former employer that I got as an email on stream. And I got a notification in the corner and I just glanced over and it said, hey, as a reminder, you signed an NDA. And that's all that the preview said. And I fucking lost it. I was like, all right, I know I'm streaming right now, but y'all just 1 second, I need to see what this says. Cause like my mind immediately went to like, I talked shit about my former employer or something, and now they're gonna sue me because I like leaked something by accident or whatever. Turns out, no. It was the state of California changed their laws. Some clause of the NDA is now void. That's it.
Oh.
But it was like a very scary because it was like it was officially like from HR, and then they send a physical letter with the same thing that starts the same way. It was like, hey, dog, you signed an NDA. It doesn't matter anymore.
Wild. What part of it changed? Was it
It
like
was the non-compete stuff, I think, is now illegal.
whoa,
Yeah.
you could compete?
I can compete. I am now allowed to be competitive. So Diana, I'm
big
coming for that
shift.
#1 spot.
Shit. Okay. Fuck.
Better watch your back.
Damn, they got rid of non-compete. Like they're illegal? Jeez.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it's a state law. I know that that's been like a federal discussion for a while because non-compete's like fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but every company, like
Every company
basically
does.
ever was built off of it.
Fucking every company does non-compete, and every company does like, we're not allowed to tell you that you can't talk to other people about salaries, but don't talk to other people about salaries.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's bullshit. Hey, welcome to the Atlas Loom, a career advice podcast.
Holy fuck, do
Completely
I have so much career
fucking
advice.
ignore any notion of not talking salaries, and
Mm-hmm.
completely fucking ignore the notion of the 2-week notice. Both of those are 100% made up. They are not policy. They are not law. They are not legally enforceable. Fuck that. They actually legally cannot stop you from leaving when you want, unless you're on a contract, and talking about your salary. It is illegal to stop you. A friend of mine who I referred, who started at a lower level than I did at a company, was making, I think, virtually the same amount as me, which
Oh.
good for him. I wasn't upset that he was getting paid, but I was also like, hey, I literally, like, my job description is to aid the people below me
Right.
in terms of like rank or whatever, and I outrank, and I'm not being paid more. The fuck is going on there? Can we get an adjustment? And I remember, 1, they gave me the adjustment, and 2, they were like, you know, you really shouldn't be having these conversations. You should have come to us directly if you were concerned about your compensation. You shouldn't be talking to other people about it. And it's like, nah, I
It's
think
like,
I should
sorry,
be
do you
talking
wanna
to
say
other
that
people
into a
about that.
mic?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Hold on. Say it into my chest real quick if you don't mind.
Jesus.
I'm so
And
glad
like
I'm out of the corporate world. Like, I don't know how long I'm going to be out of the corporate world. I hope it's forever. Ugh.
Brag about it. I had a friend who quit her company or tried to and like turned in a 2-week notice, like fully good intentions, things like that, was gonna fuck off and become a consultant. And as soon as the company got their 2-week notice, they fired her. Same day. Like, didn't even inform her boss that they were gonna get rid of her that fast. Her boss was pissed. It was purely like there was no other reason for it except some sort of just like fucking pissed off retribution type thing. The company didn't have a backup trained. The company, as far as she was aware, didn't have any sort of like, I guess, contingencies in place for someone in her position just leaving, especially with that short of notice. It wasn't good. It was just fucking awful. Dude, so I had this thing the other day where I was telling my audience on on my Twitch stream about how I like keep the heat off in my apartment nowadays because I do so many recordings and my heat, like the heater's literally right behind me and the mic is pointed at it. And so if I have it on, it sounds so fucking loud. And so I just turned off the heat and then kept it off. And so I have a heated blanket with me at all times, like a little heat pad. And I've been drinking hot water in my water bottle, in my little hydro flask here. And some audience member was like, I didn't know that was an option. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to drink cold water. Why would you be miserable like that? Like, just, you can heat it up. It's fine. No one's gonna arrest you.
You need to get the Atlas Loom blanket.
I do. Oh man, we have merch now.
Merch. Oh yeah, merch is real now.
So what do we have? We have the blanket. We have a notebook.
There's the blanket. There's the notebook. There's
a mug?
Desk mat, which is really cool.
I want that.
There's a shirt. There's the mug.
There's the knit sweatshirt.
The knit sweatshirt. Hell yeah. It's legitimately comfortable. It's like a legitimately cozy sweatshirt.
I've seen you wear it a lot on your streams, even though it's a parody of our logo,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah, it's a disaster, but it's genuinely a comfortable garment. Like, I like wearing it. It is the right level of warm. It's so soft. It's really nice.
I want one. Just so I can twin with you and how awful it is.
Oh, we gotta record a goober-ass episode of both of us wearing the Atlas Loom knit sweater.
Bonus episode, us just fucking around.
Diana, I want to show you the cutest fucking thing that's also, it's the recording setup I told you about, like the portable recording setup.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
So, okay, hold on. I have to grab a box.
Swear and Deference shows off how much of a tech boy he is. He's very into AV stuff. I don't know what AV even stands for. It's probably audio video. Huh?
Ignoring that, so okay, we got this dude, right? Like this little guy, like this is the recorder itself.
Yeah.
Right? This little doohickey. But it's just got a like tiny little mic hole at the top, like these little holes here. Like that's not good microphone. We need good microphones so that we can sound wonderful for the people, right? We want to sound great for the people. So this is the primary mic, which is it's just a little guy.
It looks like one of those portable fans that you keep around when you go around to Disneyland in the summer.
It really does, because it's a suspended capsule. So it's like one of those like old-timey mics, basically, but like it's really nice quality is the thing. That's why it's suspended. But here's the thing. This is the primary mic. Are you ready for this shit? Have you met my son?
Oh my god.
So adorable! It's so little! I've been recording a patrons-only series, like an audio series on this.
Shameless
and
plug.
It sounds fucking great, if I do say so myself. Everyone's probably already seen this from TikTok ads, but I got the Vsauce Curiosity Box.
The fucking what?
Okay, are you familiar with Vsauce?
No.
Okay, Vsauce is an Vsauce is an extremely popular YouTube channel that you've seen it before, but
is it like a sauce reviewer?
No, he's a science boy. He's the guy with the big beard, and he's always like, "Hey, Vsauce, Michael here," and he's like.
Do you have any idea how many tech boys there are in the fucking world with big beards?
No, but like this guy is like he himself is a meme. Like Michael Stevens is his name. Here, I'm sending it to you in Discord.
I've never seen this man before in my life.
Yes,
but
you
I trust
have.
anything
Anyway, so he is a very popular, very successful like science YouTuber turned just doing whatever the fuck he does now. But one of his endeavors is he has a quarterly subscription box called the Curiosity Box. He just comes up with ridiculous like ideas for toys, like physics-based toys usually, or just nerd shit, and goes to his production team and they figure out how to make it. So, for example, the most recent box, which I'm waiting on in the mail right now, it includes an hourglass that is filled with 100 carats of pure diamond. It's not like they're making the point of like diamonds are bullshit and like you can make diamonds. Like
so lab-made diamonds.
Yeah. It's false. Like the point is that it's false scarcity, and so it's like here is like the sand in this hourglass is diamonds. Technically, it's condensed, it's crystallized carbon. So shit like that. But one of the things that you get if you order it right now, I realize I'm just plugging this guy's merch, but if you order it right now, one of the things you get is a Dennery dice set, which is a set of dice for the numbers 1 through 10. So it includes a D1.
Is it just like a fucking cylinder?
Here is the D1.
Uh-huh.
And because of the way it's shaped,
sir, that is a fucking rice cake right there.
Yeah, basically. It can only ever land on the 1. If you roll it, it will always turn the 1 right side up because of just the shape that it is, because of the physics. It's a D1. A D2 is just the coin.
Of course.
The D3 is also pretty whack. It's like a bean shape, kind of.
And it's weighted properly?
Yeah. It's evenly distributed. Yeah, there's one for, the D4 is obviously just a D4, but then there's a D5 before the D6. There's 4. There's 2. Or no, 5. And then it's got numbers along the outside. So these are all rollable and technically they're built to be even chances of each number coming up for 1 through 10.
What the fuck? What's a D7?
It's
this
flat.
makes my head hurt.
It's flat on the top and the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And then the sides have the numbers.
You'd have to do some work to roll those, though.
Oh, yeah. It's not supposed to be practical, but...
You know what the sad part is? It is practical, because there's definitely been instances in D&D where I'm like, okay, I need a 1 in 3 chance of something.
True.
Like, that happens more than you would think.
Anyway, I am legitimately jealous of you that you haven't seen any of Vsauce, because, like, it is such good secondary monitor fodder. If you at all, like, well, don't answer this question, because I don't want my heart to be broken, but if you at all think that I'm funny... this guy is me turned up to, like I said, this guy is me turned up to like 11. He just like, his whole shit is saying absurd words, but making a point. And he's just known for like insane non sequiturs, and just like deadpan saying ridiculous statements into the camera. Like, I want to eat your head. And then somehow he will get to a point of, now that makes sense.
This seems like a millennial thing.
What? What?
And I don't know how to explain that thought further.
Anyway, I'm a little thrown at the notion of an internet person not knowing this guy.
You're also talking to someone who didn't know who Michael Jackson was until he died. So
that's impressive. That's like genuinely impressive. Let me pull up the doc.
You have to do the intro this time. I don't have to. Fuck yeah. I also need to pull up the doc, actually. I don't know why I'm dancing and fucking around instead of getting shit done. Monsters and Animals. We gotta come up with a better name for that.
Oh, no, I already have a better name.
Oh, yeah, right. The one that was a reference to something else that I don't know anything about.
At this point, I've just accepted that the vast majority of references will be lost, so.
Yeah. Where's Flynn?
Not here. He has to eat. We're recording at a
I wasn't aware
time.
that we gave him breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
No, he gets a smoke break every 15 minutes on the hour.
Your dog vapes.
Yeah. My Flynn pulls down the thickest fucking cumulonimbus you've ever seen. Fucking ripping fog. All right.
Are you coming up with a creative way to insult me again?
Yeah.
Great. No, that's fine. That's fantastic. This is what I expect out of this type of content.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Sweet. Right. He's taking a while, huh? Well, I guess if anyone wants to talk shit about Endeavorance, now's the time. That fucking guy with his adorable dog, his fucking absurdly high commitment to his content creation and his fucking amazing work ethic and that goddamn fucking genius shit he does with his streams, the fucking nerve. And how much cool fucking shit he does for this podcast and how much time he devoted to it and the fact that it was a really good idea in the first place. I fucking hate it. I'm slowly realizing that 90% of my humor is just swearing. I'm not mad at it. It's kind of what I grew up on, watching gaming people, what are they called? Let's Players? Back in the Let's Play age of YouTube, back when YouTube was a thing. She says, knowing full well that Endeavorance basically lives on YouTube, apparently. As does whoever this Vsauce guy is. Yeah, most of their humor is just swearing. I thought it was hilarious, so I swear a lot nowadays. I get yelled at for a lot for it. My improv is all just three recurring bits in different flavors, right? It's swearing, sex jokes that are low-hanging fruit, and then callbacks, and that's all I got. But I mostly learned it by just watching shows like Whose Line Is It Anyway growing up. Like, just watching humor will go a long way in teaching you how to be funny. I'm saying all this assuming that I'm funny. I realize I am not the primary expert on my own reception to an audience, but still, I think I'm hilarious.
I think you're hilarious too.
Thank you, Endeavors.
What's your favorite flavor of Pop-Tart?
Is this a trap?
No.
I don't really eat Pop-Tarts much. If I had to choose, let me look up the roster. I'm used to the strawberry ones.
Season. Strawberry.
Because here's the thing, they got some cool ones. I ordered a 4-pack of random Pop-Tart flavors the other day. One of them is lemon cream pie, Boston cream pie. I think it's Apple Jacks is the third one, and then there's a fourth one in there that I think is a banana. So I'm gonna do a taste test of that. I want to say, well, definitely not the fucking cinnamon one, Jesus, or brown sugar one. Yeah, fuck that thing. Yeah, I'm used to strawberry. I kind of want to say strawberry for the sake of nostalgia and the fact that it's better than blueberry, and I don't like chocolate, and cookies and cream is a little bit much. I just give you a full-on analysis. If you give me 2 more minutes, I'll make you a tier list. What's the point of this question?
I just fucking crushed a Pop-Tart as my snack.
Did you hear Pop-Tarts is doing a D&D collaboration for their 50th anniversary?
I kind of hate it. Cool, okay.
Well, they've done it before. They made a good berry flavor.
That's pretty good. You ever get those Pop-Tarts that you could draw on?
No, I also didn't really have Pop-Tarts. Great. Look, I grew up poor. We didn't have shit in this house.
Fair,
so
understandable, but okay.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, no, it was not a thing for very long because they realized their mistake of they were shipping, it was Pop-Tarts that came with a marker that had edible ink, so you could draw on the Pop-Tart and then eat it. And then they realized, wait, we're teaching kids to just eat marker.
Vandalize. Oh, that too. Right, okay. I mean, yeah.
I really like the insinuation that drawing on a Pop-Tart equates to vandalism.
Look, I'm a goody two-shoes. I always have been. Vandalism is a greater sin than fucking munching on a Sharpie.
Oh, God. Should we record a podcast?
We probably should. I don't know how much of that bonus content is useful, but I will do my best to extrapolate.